Grace and peace. This is Coach Martin Wilson, and I want to invite you to join me now for the Martin Wilson Podcast. In this podcast, I'm not just going to teach you leadership, but I'm going to teach you and give you tips that will help you to lead your best life. So join me now in a podcast already in progress. Grace and peace. This is Coach Martin Wilson. So glad to have you with us today. Listen, we're always excited about bringing you these podcasts because we believe that we can help you by giving you new knowledge, by giving you new information that will help you to be that better you, that greater you, that more productive you. So today, what I want to talk about is the difference between being for something versus being against or fighting against something. Now, any of you that have ever led people or you are a leader, you understand that this can be a very, very, very daunting task. And the last thing that you want to do is find yourself doing things in your leadership that can literally make what you're trying to accomplish impossible or harder than what it has to be. So one of the things that I want to show you here is the difference between being for something versus fighting or being against something. Now, when you're fighting against something, your motive has to be very different from being for something. To fight against something, your focus, your energy, and your attention is consistently on what it is that you do not want. Now, that kind of focus, what it does is it acts just like a magnet to create an atmosphere that acts almost like an incubator to bring more and birth more things that you do not want into your reality. Now, you may find people that will join with you to fight with you. And however, how much harmony that you think that you guys have, you're still fighting against something. You're still going against the natural flow of life. When we say that we're for something, our energy, our focus, and our attention is not against anything, but it's on a particular result that we're trying to accomplish. Now, when I was putting this together, I couldn't help but think about what I believe to be one of the greatest comebacks in boxing history, Buster Douglas versus Mike Tyson. Now, Mike Tyson had never been defeated. He'd never been defeated. In the 10th round, he knocks Buster Douglas down. Buster Douglas is able to get back up. No fighter had ever got back up from being knocked down by Mike Tyson. The fight goes on. Buster Douglas gets that advantage. Not only knocks Mike Tyson down for the first time in his boxing history, but he beats him. He knocks him out, TKO. In the interview, the announcer says, Buster Douglas, this is remarkable. You were not even supposed to be here because your mom died last week. And not only are you here, but now you are the champion. Buster Douglas said, I'm not the champion. My mom is the champion. I won this fight for her. I was fighting for her. I need you to get that. When you say that you're fighting for something, your energy and your focus and your desire is very different. Mike Tyson was fighting against an opponent, but his opponent was not fighting against him. His opponent was fighting for something. When your energy and your focus and your attention is really focused on a particular result, you're going to have a very, very different outcome. When you're for something, it doesn't make you ignore the opposite. He couldn't ignore Mike Tyson in the ring, but Mike Tyson was not his focus. His focus was winning it for his mother. Fighting against drugs is not the same as being for a drug-free society. Fighting against cancer is not the same as having a cancer-free society or finding a cure for cancer. The very word and idea fight against something sets you in spiritual opposition, and you're going to find yourself running up against a lot of obstacles in the spirit realm that you may not even understand. Whatever you resist will persist. Whatever you resist persists. Even a rock that is in a river becomes smooth after a while, because the water, think about it, water will rub down the jagged edges. Whatever you fight against is always going to fight back at you. Everything in the universe is vibrational, and we vibrate when we're vibrating at the frequency of being against something that goes against the normal, natural flow of life. Anytime your agenda is to fight against something, your attitude is very different from that of trying to be for something. Now, if you're a leader and your mindset is to get people to stop doing something, your approach and even the verbiage that you use will be very different from the leader that is trying to influence his people to do something. When you try to get people to stop something, you'll find as a leader that you're going to be focusing more on the negative thing that they're doing. And not only that, you will be sharing with them the negative results of what they're doing. What do I mean? If you don't stop this, you're going to get fired. If you're late again, I will replace you. If you don't stop this negative thing is going to happen to you. People are more open to being influenced to do something that they see as beneficial to them than they are allowing you to make them stop doing what they're doing. When your approach is to get people to do something, your verbiage is very different. If you do this positive thing will happen to you. They see you as trying to offer them a benefit and not necessarily trying to control them. The average person in this day and time is going to be resistant to control, or what they perceive as control. They will resist just because of the idea of maintaining their independence. They see you as trying to help them when you influence them and show them the benefits of a new behavior. Now, please understand, what you're trying to get them to stop may be very needed. They may need to stop smoking. They may need to stop overeating. They may need to stop doing some negative thing that is giving them a negative result. But if your approach is to try to make them stop versus trying to help them to do something differently, then your approach is not going to be positive. It's not going to be affirmative or in agreement with the flow of life. And you're going to find yourself fighting against a lot of resistance. So listen, I hope that this helped you today. I hope that this has been an encouragement to you. The difference between being for something versus fighting against something. Until next time, this is Coach and Bishop Martin Wilson. Join me on iTunes, Google Play, my goodness, on Facebook. Every Thursday night on Facebook Live, I was about to forget. Please join me for Refocus Life Leadership. That is every Thursday night at 8 o'clock p.m. They are the sponsor for these particular broadcasts. So until next time, this is Coach and Bishop Martin Wilson. Remember, God is the greatest power, and you are not defeated.